Which team can win the FIFA World Cup? The biggest football competition in the world is underway, and we expect thrilling content between all teams, big or small. In the World Cup, a common theme is that you cannot predict the final outcome because the tournament will pull out some surprises that will have you confused. With that being said, let us discuss which teams will prove to be victorious in this World Cup. Germany. Let us take a look at Germany first. The 2014 World Cup champions suffered a cracking defeat in Russia 4 years back when they were shocked by the ever-elegant team of Sweden. Ever since then, coming back to their best has been a journey. And now, finally, one can confidently acclaim that the Germans are surely ready for Qatar. With a re-established team, they have an impressive midfield full of superstars such as Ilkay Gundogan and Joshua Kimmich, as well as a fast, blistering and fierce forward line consisting of Leroy Sane, Serge Gnabry and Thomas Muller. While the German team is surely gifted with stars, the talking player for them is not Neuer or Muller, but 19-year-old Jamal Musiala, who has been the star of the season for Bayern Munich, scoring 12 goals and assisting 10 times. We expect Musiala to replicate his insane performance for the German national team using his tight touch dribbling and creative passing to help the 2014 champions retain their place. Now, the problem with Germany is that they rely on their intense press to win the ball again, which might prove to be disadvantageous given the Qatari climate, as the European players are not used to Middle Eastern hot weather. Regardless of that, Germany once had a formidable defence with the likes of Mats Hummels and Jerome Boateng. Unfortunately, they no longer display that swagger in the back four, which can proceed to be their weakness. Overall, a technical midfield combined with a fast attack makes Germany sit as our fifth favourite national team to win the World Cup. France. The French international team is insane. We mean, just look at the quality present within the quality, consisting of more than a single top player in all positions. Displaying crazy squad depth, France's situation is rather complicated. The defending champions in 2018 relied heavily on the technical and intense midfield performances of Paul Pogba and N'Golo Kanté. However, due to injuries, both of these superstars will be missing their flight to Qatar, which puts France in a tough position. It seems bad for them until their main man and star player Karim Benzema suffered the same fate in training and will now be missing the FIFA World Cup. So one would say that France is in trouble, right? Well, not exactly, because while these players provide the necessary quality to win trophies, the French national team is still super dynamic and strong. Rabiot and Tchouaméni midfield is not only strong and defensively capable, but it provides the same dynamic as Pogba and Kanté did playing in a midfield too. Then you have Olivier Giroud, who will soon surpass Thierry Henry as the nation's leading goalscorer of all time, let alone the fact that we haven't mentioned the most devastating wing pairing in the world, with superstar Kylian Mbappe and the trickster in Ousmane Dembélé. So, as it seems France seems quite comfortable in their position, even in defence, they have Upamecano, Konate, Koundé, Saliba and Varane too. This diverse and elegant squad makes France our fourth most likely nation to win the World Cup this year. Spain. When people say France, you think of Kylian Mbappe. When people say Brazil, you think about Neymar, right? So who do you think about when they say Spain? Most likely, no one. And that necessarily is not a bad thing, because the Spanish national team is not a squad full of superstars, but a team with composed technical players who add their given balance to complete the puzzle. Luis Enrique has been ruthless with his plans and selections, but the former Champions League winner knows what he is doing. It was initially in the Spanish team's best interest to move on from Sergio Ramos and Gerard Piqué to more technical and calm passing centre-backs like Pau Torres and Aymeric Laporte. Not only that, but Enrique also axed David de Gea from his squad, saying that he wants a goalkeeper who instills calmness in the team. The Spanish team is not just playing a 11 set on the field, but it is a total concept, carefully designed and carved into a phenomenal team that focuses on keeping the ball and confusing your opponent around. They might not have the best players in the world, but the likes of Pedri, Gavi, Morata and Olmo suit each other very well, making Spain a fantastic football team in general. It can be confidentially said that Spain is the best coach team in the world, and their only weakness is counter-attacking football. They will keep the ball, they will tire you out, and score in fascinating ways, as experienced in their first group game versus Costa Rica. This is why Spain ranks as the third favourite to win the 2022 FIFA World Cup. England, colossal, fearless and determined. That is the only way to define the English national team that is ever ready to finally win the World Cup. Heck, England nearly won the whole thing in 2018 until Croatia humbled them, but a striking comeback earned them a place in the finals of the Euro 2020, where unfortunately they lost on penalties. This time England are angrier and hungrier than ever. Why wouldn't they be? They have one of the best squads in the tournament, with so much quality in every aspect, may it be defence or midfield or attack. The fact that Trent Alexander-Arnold is their fourth choice right back behind a couple of options speaks volumes about the competition in this mighty squad. So what makes England so good? Well, first and foremost, they have almost a world-class player in every position. Starting from defence, Luke Shaw has been phenomenal in 2022 and continues to impress his teammates and fan following. In midfield, England has the highly rated Declan Rice, shielding the back four for his team, along with Dortmund sensation in Jude Bellingham. The English attack is stacked. Where do we even begin? Harry Kane is obviously the biggest name with 12 goals already in the Premier League this season, as he will be ready to retain his World Cup Golden Boot from 2018. After Kane, we have the big three wingers in Rashford, Grealish and Sterling. All three players provide different aspects and qualities that have been key to England in the past and will continue to do so. On right wing, they have the Arsenal Titan in Bukayo Saka, who has solidified his position at the right wing for his national team. The whole package is immense and only leads us to say what we don't want to say. It's coming home, it's coming home. Well, maybe it will, as England is second most favourite to win the World Cup this year. Brazil. When Brazilians play around, it's time to go home. The Brazilian national team is gifted with the most technical players in the world, posing a serious threat to any team that comes in its direction. And why wouldn't they? From goalkeeping to attack, Brazil has been blessed with some of the most dazzling players in the world. Having two of the best goalkeepers in the world, Alisson and Ederson, is ridiculous. But then you have Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, Fabinho, Casemiro, Paquetá, and so many more amazing players that can change the course of a game through a single move. Now, coming to their formidable attack, their manager will have a few headaches, selecting the most ideal forwards. First, you have Vinicius Jr., the recent Champions League winner who has been scoring goals left and right. If not Vinicius, you have Rodrigo, his Madrid counterpart who runs the right flank. If not Rodrigo, you have Antony, the 100M Manchester United sensation. If not Antony, you have Rafinha, who will flex off his mind-blowing dribbling and pace. Lastly, Brazil has Neymar, a player who is looking for blood, wanting to stamp his name in history and just do so, it seems. He actually might do it because Brazil is the #1 favourite to win the World Cup in Qatar. We hope you enjoyed this video, so let us know in the comments who you think is going to win the most prestigious prize in football. Until then, next time.